Let's shatter expectations with Dragon Soul OTK Priest. The idea behind this deck is centered around this brand new start of game legendary from the most recent event, where it'll break into 6 essences, and those 6 essences will do something. But if you play one of them and it is adjacent to others, it'll play all of them at once instead of just one for 6 mana, making this card quite potent in combination with Tyrande. When you use both, you end up duplicating all of the spells for the price of one Tyrande trigger, which is quite awesome. Now, this is a deck idea that I didn't come up with myself. Alucard over on Twitter came up with it, and I made a few tweaks to it. And it is worth mentioning, the replays in this video are going to use some cards that aren't in the list anymore, but just use this list because this one feels the most consistent. Now, for the lane guide of the list, you are going to be looking for Medivh's Triumph for any of the aggro decks floating around. Any AoE removal tools or removal tools in general are pretty good to keep. Draw power cards and Priestess are great to keep, as this will allow you to get into the Imbue hero power and give you more ways to win. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, let's keep Fate and our quest. I had a game. I lost this game because of like one mistake late into like 20 minutes, where I was facing basically the mirror and I kept getting off of our opponent intertwined fate over and over and over again. And it was so funny. It was dumb, but it was funny. Yeah. Well, we might be able to do it still. I think it's still possible. There's a funny way we could do it. We could keep the fates until late game, so when they get the... Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there is a way to do it. I think we will actually keep the fates until later. Theoretically, also, like, I think this deck can do... I'm trying to think of the math in the head. 32 plus 16. Actually, we'll probably be fine. It would be 32 if we got both Moonwells plus the... I'm not gonna let you have that egg. Because it would be 16 times 2. Yeah. We might be able to do it. It's fate number 2. It does require, like, an insane amount of prep time, you know? Like, we have to get Ysera out so we can get up to, like, 15 mana. Then we want to do... And then you want Tyrande, and then, like, the double cast to refresh everything. I'm gonna waste one of these. Oh, that actually helps me out a lot. Because we still have another copy of this in our deck. Basically, the play that we need to do is we need to get this out of the hand, so these 3 are connected, and get this out of the hand, so that's connected there. And then you just need the Tyrande, and then... I think it's still possible. We are missing a Tesh, too, so... Rewind. And I just want to draw a card. Draw 3. Kill this. But yes, you are right. This is technically a hard counter, but I love how I started the stream being like, there aren't that many decks that gain a bajillion armor, proceeds to run into the one deck that does. Okay, we need to grab or cease to exist. Wait. Oh. Yeah, because I mean, we have Medivh. By the time they get all of it online and they had to waste, bro, that's fine. Actually. We're actually not in a terrible position here. We also have Ruin and such if we really need to, too. We have to draw into the Ruin, but... So... So we now have these 4 connected. I don't want to go for Ruin. No, I was waiting for later. There's the Tronde, actually. Ooh. Draw 2 is good for later. We're burning a card, but like we have all the combo pieces in hand besides the Tesh. I guess we probably didn't want to choose this. We probably wanted to choose Decimation. Also depends if they can actually break this last egg or not. Yes, they can. Okay. I do need technically 1 more mana for what we want to do.
My hand can hold no more.
Trying to math the mana, or that have to go for this, right? Oh, let's ruin their day. Yeah, I thought about doing that. We could probably swap out the messengers in this list for that. Yeah, please, break that egg, and then we just Medivh, and we don't have to worry about it. Okay, if we could see a Tesh. It's not a Tesh. Let's slam this down. Oh, that's bad. The second I saw that, I should have just slammed down Medivh. We're still alive, but I don't like taking 20 damage to face if I don't have to. So hoping they don't have... That will probably end up costing me the game. Especially if they get a Warp here, right? I mean, it's like a 1/4 chance of getting Time Warp in the hand. Might have done the math there wrong. If it isn't, then we just slam down Medivh, then... A moment of truth. Don't you dare rope me when you have a Time Warp the entire time. Okay, that's not Time Warp. Fine. Okay, well... This slams down. This goes here. This goes here. And now we're basically racing against the clock. We have 16 cards left in deck. The other problem here is, like, I would love to be able to just draw 3 off of Blue Dragon Aspect, but I can't go for that, you know? Oh, Red Dragon Aspect or Storm Aspect. That's not bad. Because this is 32 points of damage. If we top deck a Tesh. We're actually in a wonderful position. That isn't a Tesh. That is not. Yeah, maybe he doesn't run Murzad. That's the hope, the dream, the prayer. At least we can, like, cycle through our deck using this. To be fair, though, like, they also have to draw into Time Warp, and they have 16 cards. And as long as we keep, like, a taunt up, we should be fine. Too bad they're not running Ysera, so we'd get up to 16 mana, because then we could do both in the same turn. If you use it as the spell that you start the trigger with, it will auto trigger here. But if this second one probably won't. But if we get rid of the minion on board, then we don't have to worry about that. Cease to exist. Keep. Base. How much damage are we? Oh! We're at 32 points, right? But we're drawing a bajillion cards too. Wait. I mean... Wait. Where's my second fireball? Yeah. Who cares about all that armor? Okay, Priest. I wonder if this is a mirror match. I know a few people are experimenting with this deck, and I don't know which version is going to end up being the best. I'd be curious to see what other people's variants of it is. So far in testing, it does feel like the deck is missing something, and I just can't pinpoint exactly what, truth be told. Okay. It might actually be a mirror. I don't know what other priest decks are floating around right now. I really am hoping for a... I don't know. I need something combo, or... There are other Dragon Soul lists that I will probably come out with soon. I know that's a little bit weird. Originally, before I saw Alucard talk about this list, I was thinking about doing Quest Rogue, and I did briefly test it, and it probably will end up still on the channel, but I don't know. This spoke to me. It's been a while since we've done OTK. Or I should say, at least since the Miniset, we haven't done any type of OTK. Beforehand, we were spamming out OTK list out after OTK list. Might as well grab Mend. Just a free draw, right? This good sort of minion. I know, kind of a waste of a talk I am, but we have another one in our hand. Oh, barrier's fun. You know, the very first game I had with this deck, actually, I lost it because of a little mistake, but it was a 40-minute game. God, it was such a cool game. I don't think I have the footage still. If I did, I would be like, hey, maybe you guys would want a bonus video. It'd probably do bad on the channel, so probably wouldn't ever happen. But it was... I got Intertwined Fate off of it. Intertwined Fate, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times in a single game, which was absolutely insane. Yeah, we'll keep the Resuscitate because we should be able to get some good minions. Also, you know, Matriarch is one of those cards that if it was a 3-mana card, I think it would be a lot more playable because of Resuscitate, right? But because it's 4 mana, for better or worse, actually, you know what? There is a dragon list that I kind of want to do, which is, you know, the 1-mana spell for Priest that gives you a random dragon from the past. I really, really want to try to make a dragon Priest list work where we're trying to, like, high roll Zerimi or something. I don't think there's enough cards currently in Standard to give you additional copies of that card in order to... Ooh! Now that's a card I hadn't even considered for this list. That is fun. Huh. I don't know necessarily if it is a mirror, but Aviana, you don't really need Aviana though in this list. I guess technically it could allow you to hold on to like a Tesh for like late game and not have to worry about your opponent destroying it with a weapon. I really don't think you need it at all. Okay, that's kind of okay. Another game that I would love to see with this deck, and I haven't been able to pull it off, is winning through the quest reward. Sadly, the quest reward just feels a little bit... Yeah, I don't know what video is coming up next on the channel. It might be Treant Druid, it might be Dude Pally, and it might be Quest Rogue. Quest Rogue, no matter what is coming on the channel, the other two I don't know if they will. I don't think either of them are interesting enough to showcase. Maybe I come up with something a little bit more fun. I want to do something with the new, I think, 4-mana spell that gives you a copy of minions that have been destroyed this turn, because I think that could be theoretically fun. I just need to find win con for that. Because I think that is the major problem with trying to make that work right now. More armor just in case this is mirror. And might as well go for the Moonwell, right? Is it this turn or next turn that... Okay, there's Medivh. And Natesh. Okay, so it probably is... I really... Gotta love when you have all 3 of them in your hand at the same... Ooh. I mean... The Tyrion, though, is kind of bad for you, bud. Cease to exist. Okay, so we'll just destroy everything and say goodbye to that. I don't want to gain the armor just to be safe. There's no adjacent other thing, and then we draw another card. Okay, so next turn we have combo in our hand, I think, no matter what. I would love to get a Tesh, but we don't necessarily need it. Because Dragon is 8. I mean 16. And then the other 2 is another 16. As long as they don't... Okay. As long as they didn't gain a bunch of armor. Okay, now the fun shall begin. Grande
Draw forth the moon.
into Moonwell. Get rid of most of them. Face with these two. Draw some more cards. Why not? And they're at 6 HP. Oh no, we're out of cards. Anyways, GG. Now that we're through the games, were my expectations shattered by the new legendary Dragon Soul Shattered? It sadly was not. There's a few ways you could easily fix a card like this. You could reduce its cost by 1. I think that would help it out a lot. And then maybe make, I don't know, green aspect have rush or taunt or storm do 4 damage, since there are a lot of 6 cost AoEs that do 4 damage right now. And honestly, being able to play the adjacent essences isn't that big of a upside to make it only do 3 damage. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to use Dragon Soul in, this is going to be one of your better decks to try out. Sadly, it just doesn't feel like it's there yet. It's missing something, but I don't know exactly what that is. But before we end the video, special thanks to our channel members of Daniel Nascimento and Ruben. You can always join the memberships. There's 3 tiers starting at 99 cents. But if you can't afford to do that, there's always leaving a like, commenting, subscribing, turning on the notification button, using a new hype button. They all help out the channel too. Until next time, bye bye.